All right, week 16, we've got the Raiders versus the Chiefs. So Kansas City is favored by 10, and I'm struggling with this one just because of the sheer number. 10. I get worried with those, but I am going to take the Chiefs in this case, uh, just because uh, I'm not sure that the Raiders are that that 63 points that they put up against the Chargers. Again, I realize that they've had some coaching changes, some personnel changes, but they haven't made that much of a difference in what their actual capability is. I think that they came out were really executing. They played against a really bad Chargers team that had given up. That notwithstanding, both teams actually have a chance to make the playoffs. The Chiefs are much closer to that, but it is conceivable that if they lose their next 3 games, and the Raiders win their next 3 games, that could be a different story. I don't think that's going to be the case. But then we go through the numbers here. The model likes Kansas City by 79%, which translates to about a 10-point spread, which matches what we have over here. And then when you look at the raw numbers, 24-14, they are playing in Kansas City. Weather certainly can be a problem. I haven't looked at the forecast, but anytime you're playing in Kansas City in December, it's entirely possible that you can have wind, rain, fog, snow, any of the above. In which case, that's going to reduce Patrick Mahomes' capability to really influence the game. What's really going to also influence is I think it makes all offenses bad. I think it's really going to make a bad offense even worse. But realistically speaking, you do have a bad Raiders offense with a mediocre Raiders defense with let's be honest, a mediocre Kansas City Chiefs offense that just happens to have two of the best players in the league, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. But they've also actually got a really strong defense as well. Let me phrase that. They're good against the pass. Looks like they're bad against the rush. So the way the numbers work out is even with the Bayesian adjustment, 8 to 10 points. Let's take a look at the performance charts here. Not surprising, you're going to see some of those upward numbers there for Kansas City. Definitely got some garbage yards over here in the passing game for the Raiders. What I do find interesting is when you look at the Chiefs, they don't, when they lost Tyreek Hill, I think they've lost some other receivers. They don't have that same level of explosiveness, but what Mahomes is doing is he's hitting his tight end. They're making first downs. I do see that he's throwing some interceptions as well, but they're generally speaking not turning the ball over here with their fumbles. And when you've got a guy like Mahomes who's going to be pushing it, and especially since they don't have that deep threat, he's really having to throw that ball in traffic. That doesn't really surprise me too much. But then when you come down here to the Raiders, they can't protect the quarterback. He's also throwing some interceptions as well, and they are even less explosive. So, like I said, both teams have something to play for, but at the same time, Kansas City also wants to secure that spot because from what it looks like now, they are not for sure. They're 9-5. Denver is 7-7. So, uh, uh, you lose 3 games, your last three, and that uh, conference tightens up, or that division tightens up pretty quick. So, anyhow, if you like what you listen to, click like and subscribe. If you got a question, comment, drop me a note.